proof? Where is any of your proof? That's what I want to know. Because see this? I've been doing this for a long, long time. You see this first chemtrail video? Yeah, that went up about 4 years ago. And then the following chemtrail videos and the sun video started about 3 years ago. I've been doing this a long time. And in the interim, I've spoken to lots of experts that study this for a living. Professors, ex-weathermen, so forth, so on, and blah, blah, blah. And do you see this video about the NASA fake sun patent? I was the one that put this up on the YouTube in the first place. The one that every other channel copied, mirrored, and didn't leave links back to. This patent was sent to me by an ex-employee of a agency, we'll call it. We'll just leave it at that. That's why I had this up. And ever since then, I've followed the threads tirelessly. And I don't go to other channels leaving comments that I just pull out of my ass. If you have a comment about any of this, prove it. Back it up. Because I have pretty much endlessly. You see what I mean? And then you get the commenters that start telling you about different clouds at different levels. Have you guys ever seen this chart by NASA that they're giving to children in school where they're redefining classifications of clouds? It's called School Cloud Identification Chart, and it's also backed up by NASA. You see what I mean? They're spraying the atmosphere so bad that they actually have to reteach the next generations of what clouds actually are. So the clouds from our childhood are gone. They have been reclassified a long time ago. How sad is that? But nobody even cares about that, and that video only got 2,000 views. And it's been up for almost a year. This channel is one of the most heavily censored channels that I've ever seen, and yet my subscriptions keep going up 1,000 every 2 days. So apparently I'm doing something right, and the fact that the channel's getting stifled is kind of proof of it. And that's just all there is to it. Am I always right? Hell no. Never said I was. I'm not an expert in anything. I'm a dude with the laptop. But I'm also a dude with a laptop, telescope, binoculars, and lots of cameras. And my main thing has always been chemtrails and why are they hiding the sun. So next time you leave a snarky comment, please feel free to.
Okay, so he got into what I was talking about, the sun simulator. And basically the chemtrails are to hide the sun because the sun isn't as big as they say it is in diameter, and they say it's 93 million miles away, and the sun's not as big as they say that the NASA and the NASA and the government says. So look into that. It's pretty amazing. That's why I let it play out for a minute, because there is a lot of trolls that come out. A lot of trolls come out when you do conspiracies. Steve's going to find out when he does his conspiracy. He's going to get all kinds of
conspiracy, man. I could say it. It's no conspiracy.
He's going to get all kinds of inboxes, and he's going to be wondering why people are telling him stuff. And I'm like, you got to face it, because I've already got about, since we've been on, I think I got like 8 messages or something. How many messages, Steve? It kept blowing up. Yeah, about 8 messages. And they seemed like they were all against the flat earth theory. I haven't read them all yet. But it seemed like they were all against the flat earth, and they were all about the round earth. And I think they just need to wake up. Wake up. But what I was talking about earlier, German already admitted to sending a sun simulator out to space. And the U.S. is already doing it. So there's been people who have saw they thought it was like a unidentified flying object in front of the sun.
Man, you can't believe what Germans say.
And it wasn't. So no, he just talked about, he had the proof. He had the blueprints for this sun simulator. It's right here.
He's German though.
No, he's not. He's from Boston.
Oh.
No, the Germans released this in the paper and the news, dude.
Okay.
See, this guy drives me crazy. Why do you think I don't let him on the air with me? No, I've been trying to get him on the air. So I'm gonna play this real quick from Richie from Boston, just a few minutes of it. He talks about the artificial sun, and that it finally goes public. So hold on just a second. Here we go.
The Germans are fond of saying, Deutsche Sprache, schwere Sprache.
everything. Flat Earth, artificial.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today's the 27th of April, 2017, and you're looking at a video I put up well over a year ago. And everybody copied this video. Everybody re-uploaded this video. This video went pretty crazy for a long time, and still to this day. And what I was explaining was how NASA, way back in the 70s, along with Bausch and Lomb, had a patent to create a satellite-type sunlight, something that they could fake sunlight with, whether it was in a chamber, whether it was in a deep underground military base, or whether it was in our ionosphere. Well, I got a lot of shit for that. But guess what? Let there be light. Scientists hope experiment, which can generate temperatures around 3,500 Celsius, will help to develop carbon neutral fuel. Sunlight produces 10,000 times the intensity of natural sunlight on Earth. German scientists are switching on the world's largest artificial sun in the hope that the intense light sources can be used to generate climate-friendly fuel. You see that? How many times have people taken pictures of that behind a cloak of chemtrails and put them out and been called crazy? It seems like once they release this, it's already been done. And this is no exception. What was I just saying yesterday? You'll never be justified. Nobody will ever say you were right. No one will ever say, sorry. Do you see this? Does this look ridiculously familiar? Exactly. Who told you about this? Where'd you hear about this? Who was the asshole with the tinfoil and the laptop that told you about this a long time ago? And everyone was just like,
so back in the days, every time a conspiracy theorist came out, they would make fun of him and they would say that he had a tinfoil hat. You know what I mean? You remember them days?
Yeah.
If it was, he was talking about aliens or he was talking conspiracy. Now it's everyday people that are conspiracists. You know that? Mm-hmm. It's not your guy in his mom's basement with the tinfoil hat talking about all these different creations and all these different things that are going on in the world. Now we're conspiracists out here because we want to know what's going on. We just want to know what's being hidden from us and why it's being hidden. That's the question I have. I don't know what question Steve has because his whole thing is about aliens. And like I said, I don't believe in aliens. The facts are out there, guys. Like I said, go to NASA's website. Go to Harvard's website. Harvard's website talks about the artificial sun that it went public. It was on the news. It went public in Germany, and America's already using it. So check it out. Did you? Where's my tinfoil hat?
What's so funny?
You got a tinfoil hat, Chris? He said that he got his tinfoil. He can't find his tinfoil hat, dude. He's funny. It's funny. So make sure that you check out these websites. Check out NASA. The only reason I want you to check out them is because they admit that all photos of the Earth are CGI, computer-generated images. Make sure you check that out. They say that the computer-generated images are art, and Ron Simmons is the one that made the Blue Ball 2. So you could check that out, Ron Simmons. And he says, he quotes, they're computer-generated images, but they have to be. That's a quote. I'm quoting him, actually. The freaks are out. The freaks are out. And then you want to check out the Harvard website because they're the ones that talk about the sun simulator. And then that brings me, what was the other website I was telling to check out so that they know? There's another website, but I'll try to write it down later. I know it's on my Facebook page, so if you run into it on my Facebook page, please check it out. And this is really something that I'm taking really seriously because the things that we're going into and what's going on with, there's like 304. I was showing Steve tonight. He didn't know this was going on, but 300 or 400 Walmarts are being closed, and they're turning them into FEMA camps. I don't really want to talk about FEMA, but 300 or 400 Walmarts are becoming camps. And when you go to them, they look like jail sites. They have like 40-foot high fences with barbed wire on the top. They have all kinds of military vehicles out there. They have said that they have hired 140,000 military offers to stand in front of these places. And I'm wondering if they're going to eventually tell us some of this information, or we're headed into a war and all this is going to break out. So it's kind of scary going into it. That's why I'm taking it so seriously. Oh, you've seen that already, Chris? Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's a 40-foot fence with like where people are going to be housed at, and I seen the inside of the Walmart, man, and it's already set up to where people are going to be. They have to be walk through scanners and all kinds of stuff. So it's scary, man. And I guess that when I was checking it out, they said there's going to be a blue list and a red list, and if you're on one of those lists, they're going to be just picking people up. So this kind of ties into my flat Earth theory.
I'm on the safe list.
Steve said he already knows what list he's on. He's already joking about it. So it's pretty scary, you know. Like I didn't really want to get into that part of the Walmart thing, but I don't shop at Walmart no more. I've told this for years. I get sick every time I go in Walmart, and they're doing all kinds of construction underneath Walmarts. We had just saw me and Steve just went over there, and they have like a 30-foot high thing where you could drive vehicles underneath it. We just saw that, right, Steve?
Yes, we did.
Say it, dude.
Yeah, we just saw it. Oh, Walmart's just a few blocks from here.
And I counted 38 cameras in front of Walmart, and Steve said it's for security, but who puts 38 cameras in front of their store? So it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it is scary. Oh yeah, the caskets. Yeah. The other thing that came up is the trains, Chris. They're like 3-level trains that they're going to be packing people onto. So I think all this flat Earth stuff, all this World War stuff, all this Walmart FEMA thing, all this stuff is tying into each other. Even aliens, you could throw aliens in there. And like I said, I think that aliens have been just government vehicles and government posing as aliens to do research on humans, because you can't do research. There's all kinds of research that's been banned. I'll bring up one thing why a lot of that research has been banned. The $50 bill, Benjamin, the guy that found electricity. Who was that? Benjamin? I don't know. My mind just went blank. Well, anyway, after
Tesla.
No. I'm talking about where he flew the kite.
Oh yeah. Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin. So I'll just bring this up real quick. After he passed away, so I think that, okay, so what I was getting into is that those UFOs and stuff were doing experiments on humans, on our humanity, on humans, So what I think that's what they were doing, and they were government. They weren't alien. And because if you look back at Benjamin Franklin, and it's been all over, you could, everything that I'm telling you, you could look up and you could find out for yourself. But they found over 200 dead bodies in his basement. And the only thing I could think of that he was using those for was research. That's the only thing that I could think that he was using Ben Franklin. Yeah, sorry, I don't know. I'm so excited about finally be able to talk about the flat Earth. I forgot about it.
He said Ben Franklin.
Yeah, Ben Franklin.
Yeah, Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah. I forgot a few names tonight. I've been so excited to talk about flat Earth. I talk about flat Earth every day. Every day I'm trying to get somebody to research it. Because I might walk into somebody and it might catch on to them, and they might go out and find more information than I have. So it's pretty crazy. So Steve, you got any last things you want to say, especially about your podcast coming up?
Well, like I said, if you want to find out where you could find the aliens, or whatever you want to call them, higher beings, come stay tuned on Wednesday.